What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode, it was I ain't gonna say it was okay. It was alright. I don't know. It's something about Peter August that I'm bored with. I don't know. I think they should make him a villain though. I just feel like this show needs a good villain at this point. I really do. I just feel like that. Like we need a villain. He would make a good villain because I just don't see him as a goody good gray area type character. He just bores me when he's a good character. Because we got too many of that. We got too many of those types of characters on this show. We need somebody who can work it as a villain. Because Jerry Jacks, we don't know where the hell he at. Faison's gone, Helena's gone. We need some damn villains. I'm just saying. Um, because a good villain will keep all these characters on their toes, and we need that. Like we're lacking it. Um, Nina was on fire today. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I fucking love Nina today. The way she was just firing off those questions at him, I loved it. Like she was just picking at him. It was good. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's like when you first get to know somebody, how is it that when you're trying to get to know somebody, that person don't want to answer any questions like about themselves? And all Peter's answers were so vague. Like they were crazy vague. Like she asked him, "What college did you go to? What schools did you go to?" He was like, "Oh, I went to a college in state." First of all, when somebody asks you what college did you go to, they're not asking you what state the college was in. She specifically said, "What college did you go to?" That means, what's the name of the school? He didn't answer the question. He just said, "Oh, it was in. I went to a college in the states. I went to." Then she was asking him about the boarding schools. When she asked again, "What boarding schools did you go to?" He said, "I went to boarding schools in Europe." I hate people like that because they answer questions without actually answering the question. The question was, "What boarding schools did you go to?" She's not asking what boarding school and what country did you go to. She's saying what boarding school. The name of the boarding school is what you mean when you say that. When you ask that type of question, that's generally what you mean. Um, it's like all his answers were so vague, and it was funny because Maxie was just sitting there looking annoyed by the questions that Nina was asking, and I'm just looking at Maxie like, trust me, you're gonna thank her later for asking these questions. But Nina did kind of tip her hand a little bit, and I'm glad, it was brought up today when she was talking to Curtis because she did tip her hand a little bit. Because the type of questions that she was asking Peter, it would tip him off that she's fishing, basically. She's on a fishing expedition. What that means is she's fishing for information on him. And I'm pretty sure he noticed by the questions because a blind person could tell what she was doing. Though she was just firing off questions left and right. Oh, where did you live? What part of the city did you live in Europe? And when he messed up on that part, she kind of figured he was lying. But then he came up with a good little cover. So even though she still knew his ass was lying, she knew it. But it was so funny because when Nina first got there, well, when Peter got there and she started telling him about her life, because Maxie was like, "Oh, tell him about your life." She literally told her life story in less than 60 seconds. Less than 60 seconds, she told him her entire life story. Down to when she was drugged, she was in a coma, she tried to rip a baby out of somebody, she kidnapped a baby, she was institutionalized, she had two bad marriages, like down to the last part of her brother dying. All of that in less than 60 seconds. It was hilarious. I was like, yo, Nina was on fire today. On fire. I was like, yo, Michelle Stafford, she brought it. She brought it. She was hilarious. Peter ain't know what to do. Peter was stumped. He did not know what to do. I can understand why Maxie's not seeing what the rest of the world is seeing about Peter. You know how women always say they got woman's intuition when it comes to other women? Well, us men, we have men's intuition when it comes to other men. Because here's the thing, Dante's suspicious of Peter, Curtis suspicious of Peter, Jason was already suspicious of Peter. You got all these men that are suspicious of this guy. And some, in the other, some women are not really totally suspicious of him. Well, Drew isn't suspicious either. Well, that don't count. But they're suspicious of him, like based off of Jason was suspicious with him based off of one little conversation he had with him. He was looking at him like, yeah, you're lying about something. Like he could just tell based off of one little conversation. That was the first time Jason ever even met this dude, and he was suspicious. So that should tell you a lot. Because being in, you learn over the years how to read people. You know what I'm saying? Their mannerisms, the way they talk, how they tell a story, and if the story doesn't make sense based off of what you've seen previously. So that tells you a lot about a person. Um, but I'm willing to think that Maxie doesn't see what the rest of the world sees because she's in a grieving process. She's still grieving for Nathan. So her mind isn't all the way clear. Because trust me, old Maxie, she would have been asking the same questions Nina was asking because that's how Maxie is. She's very suspicious of people. Except for that time she let that dude, the hell was his name? Remember she came back from that retreat after, the whole baby situation with Dante and Nathan, and she came back with that dude who was like a guru or something, and he turned out to be an old enemy of her mother's. Keep forgetting his name. Peter Carell or something like that. Something like that. Peter Carrot, whatever the hell his name was. She was a little blinded by him too at first. You know what I'm saying? But it happens to the best of us sometimes. Sometimes we don't see what's right in front of us. We can't, sometimes we're slow on the uptake. It all depends on the situation. Not everybody, some people are going to slip under our radar sometime. It happens. Like I said, it happens to the best of us. But Nina was on point today with her shit. She was on point. See, here's the thing about Curtis and Jordan. When in this scene today, images, this mirrors what happened yesterday between Dante and Lulu. Remember how after Dante and Lulu had sex and she was trying to get information out of him during pillow talk, and Dante wasn't flexing. Dante wasn't giving her no information on Heinrich. Basically, the same kind of thing happened today with Curtis and Jordan. He came up in there with some little breakfast sandwiches and coffee and orange juice, and she started singing like a canary. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You can't mix business and pleasure. You just can't. Lulu is an investigative journalist. Dante's a detective. Obviously, they're going to cross paths a lot on cases. And it already happened with the Heinrich case. But Dante stood firm. He didn't tell her shit. As you're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's an investigation, technically. You're not supposed to be telling nobody nothing. Um, Jordan, she was willing to help Curtis any way she could. Sat there, called her contact at the FBI, telling, asking to see if Peter August was ever in witness protection, and they found out he wasn't. So obviously he's suppressing his identity. I'm like, see, this is a conflict of interest right here. You're not really supposed to be giving out certain information or helping a PI, especially in the same case that you're working because it's confidential. Like it's a huge conflict of interest right there. I was like, Jordan, why are you telling him this or even attempting to help him? I understand it involves your case and you want to figure this thing out, but you're not really supposed to help somebody that's not really on your in your department. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's Dante or Detective Chase, you're not really supposed to give out information to PIs like that. Typically, cops don't usually do shit like that. Even if a cop and a PI are working the same case, if y'all not technically working together, then you're not really supposed to share information. Not really. Unless you have that agreement that you're working together and you are to share information, but without that agreement, you're not supposed to be doing that. So, and I doubt her and Curtis are working together on this. He basically asked her for a favor, so clearly they're not working together on this case. And you weren't supposed to do that favor because it's a conflict. Um, I'm just saying, rules is rules. But even Curtis told Nina, do not tell nobody of your suspicions of Peter. Don't tell Maxie. She wanted to tell Maxie. Curtis was like, hell no. And I agree with him. You don't want to tell Maxie that shit because she's going to take it right to Peter. And he's going to do more to cover his tracks. Like, do not tip your hand. That's the problem with some people. They show their damn cards. Like, when you start to hold all the cards, you do not want to show them too early. And she kind of tipped her hand today with Peter asking all them damn questions. Even though it was funny, don't do that. I'm like, you just by you being suspicious of him, you don't want him to know you're suspicious. You don't want to do that because you're just gonna fuck the case up. Don't do that. And she basically admitted to Curtis that she kind of already tipped her hand by asking him all them damn questions. Curtis was like, just stay low key. You know what I'm saying? From now on, act like everything is everything. I said, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Even if you're suspicious, don't let that person know. Just act like everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, moving on from that, I felt bad for TJ. I really did. You want to know why? Because after the information that I heard today, I felt TJ should have been the one in the shadow program. Obviously, Kiki's in the shadow program clearly for plot point, but TJ sounds like he's a better candidate to be a doctor than she is. Because even she admitted his grades are better. He's more equipped to be a doctor at this point than she is. Like, he's taking it way more seriously. And the only reason she got into these programs and she got early acceptance and all this stuff is because of favors that Griffin or Dr. Bench were doing for her. So it's not totally on her own merit. TJ got everything basically, because he's actually studying. He's taking it more seriously. He's getting the better grades than her. But he wasn't no hater though. I respect TJ for that because he wasn't hating on her. He was like, you know what? Congratulations. And I respect somebody like that, that can congratulate somebody and not be no hater, even though they deserved it more. But I digress. But honestly, though, Dr. Bench is a son of a bitch. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's a bastard. Like, she wanted to go to the police station because she was supposed to start her first day of the shadow program. She wanted to go to the police station. He gonna tell her, "Are you essential to the search? All you're gonna do is go there and hold your mom's hand. So you might as well be here." He's a bastard. I'm like, first of all, let me just say this: Michael is the CEO of a multi-million dollar corporation. And yet he took time out to be there for his parents when his sister was kidnapped. Griffin is a doctor. Doctors are on call 24/7, and we all know how many times Griffin gets called to the hospital and how busy he is. Yet he took time out to be there for Ava. So you mean to tell me a doctor can go be there to hold her hand and comfort her, and he's a doctor? Kiki's not a doctor yet, and she can't go? That's bullshit. That's total bullshit. And I'm glad Kiki called his ass out, and she did. I think it was smart. Um, Kiki, she definitely called him out. She was like, "So you're only doing this because I rejected you," and he got pissed because she even insinuated that. So when he got so mad, the way he spoke to her with that attitude and stuff like that, that basically he answered her question basically by saying, "Yeah," because the fact that you're getting an attitude, yeah, she basically was dead on the money. The only reason why you're doing all this shit is because she turned your punk ass down. That's the reason why you're trying to punish her by not letting her go to the hospital. If I was her, I would have just said fuck the program and just went. Like, her little sister being missing is way more important than this right now. I don't give a shit if she's not essential to the search, but her holding her mother's hand maybe is what her mom needs right now. You know what I'm saying? Being there for her mom maybe is what can help. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's not physically going out there searching. So what? Sonny's the father. He ain't going out there physically searching. Sonny sent his men to search. And that's his daughter. She was taken on his watch. So if anything, Carly and Sonny asses should have been out there searching themselves too. Why send your goons out there to search? Why not go do it yourself? I'm just saying. But he was fucked up for that though. That attitude that he took with her, he was so trifling for that. And I'm glad she called him on that shit though. This is why I say Kiki needs to record all of her conversations with him for future reference. She really does need to record it. It can help her in the long run because I feel if this storyline goes to where I feel like it's going, she's gonna need all the evidence she can against his ass. I'm telling you now because he's a real bastard. I think we need another murder mystery. I think Dr. Bench needs to get a cat put in his ass. I'm just saying. Because I did not like that tone of voice he had today. I said, this son of a bitch. Man, this is what happened when people are power, man. I'm telling you. I hear about shit like this all the time. People of power, they use their power to get what they want. Um, so moving on from that, Emma. Emma is the smartest fucking kid I've seen in a long time on a daytime program. I'm just saying. That little girl is too bright for her age. I'm just saying she need to just skip elementary and high school and junior high and go straight to college. Fuck that. Just go straight into the career. I'm just saying, like, cause she's so advanced. Like she's like a little baby genius. You ever seen that movie Baby Geniuses? That's like one of my favorite kid movies. I swear I loved that movie when I was younger. Baby Geniuses was my favorite movie. She is so brilliant. The way she finessed that old ass lady, I fucking loved it. Even Robert and Anna were astonished. Like they were so shocked. They was like, damn, like we knew our granddaughter was that smart. We didn't know she was this goddamn smart. I'm just saying. She is so freaking intelligent. It's crazy. Like she is so intelligent. Just so smart. Like Patrick and Robin definitely did good with that kid. I know they got to be proud because she is so brilliant. You know what pissed me off about Anna though? The way she be talking to Robert and the way she slammed the door in his face that first time when he came back. I was like, why is she so rude to him? It's like she's so rude to him, but then when she needs his help, she's picking up the phone calling Robert for favors. But when he's coming, even though you didn't ask him to come to help you, you get an attitude with him. I'm like, really, Anna? I understand she's trying to protect her little secret or whatever, but it's like, don't be rude. Because Robert done saved her ass more than a few times. I'm just saying. So you might want to take his help. When even if you don't want it, take it. Because you never know when you might need it. But Emma, man, Emma is so cool, yo. She could talk her way out of so many little tight spots. It was crazy. Like she has the gift for gab. Like she's just so brilliant. But I thoroughly enjoyed those scenes with Robert, Anna, and Emma. Those were like to me the best scenes of this whole episode was the three of them. That was like the best scene. Um, so they're getting further along in the Heinrich search thanks to Emma. Emma definitely gave them a huge lead today, and I was super happy. Um, but hit the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode today. I thought it was okay. It wasn't too bad. It was only like a couple scenes I actually really liked. But let me know what y'all thought. And I'll see y'all all later. Peace.